The following is a presentation of the MinionWorks Podcasting Network.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Freelance Heroism. Before we get started, we have an announcement. Have you ever found yourself listening to us and wondered how a guy named Bubba got into tabletop games? Or why Rachel keeps coming back despite all the facepalms and disapproving sighs?
Or maybe you have a question for our characters, like, what isn't an abomination in Ravenloft? Or, where is the professional getting all those blank invoices? We'd like to answer your questions in a mailbag episode. If you have a question, shoot us an email at freelanceheroismpodcast@gmail.com and we'll answer it in or out of character. You can find the link in the show notes.
As you know, I'm Bubba.
And I'm Rachel.
We're a D&D 5e actual play podcast. Our current campaign is Curse of Strong, a gothic horror-inspired setting in the dangerous and long-tread land of Raven.
While the setting is serious, our heroes are not. Will they actually be able to defeat the vampire lord Strahd and restore peace to Ravenloft? Or will they just steal goats and invoice villagers? Join us and find out.
On this episode, enter the Bone Zone. Last episode, the party spent some time at the Bone Grinder Mill, where they divided up loot, cared for the rescued children, and explored the surrounding area. Shinnecote communed with the white wolf that had helped him previously and introduced it to his quote-unquote pack.
On the road to Valiki, the party encountered a traveling dwarf salesman named Bluggard Vinbottom, whom the professional in Ragnick knew from previous adventures outside of Ravenloft. Vinbottom gave the party helpful information about Valiki, including a warning to watch out for a man with a demon arm. I'm sure that won't cause a problem for any of us.
Alright, so we are walking up to the gates of
Valiki. As you approach the sturdy iron gates,
I walk up and knock.
On the spikes.
Who goes there?
Just a merry band of adventurers, friends. As I straighten my Palor holy symbol.
As soon as I hear that voice from behind me, I turn and I shoot daggers out of my eyes at this motherfucker.
The guards are like,
I'm just joking myself.
they look at each other. The hell does that mean?
Palor, the lord of the deity.
Oh, the Morning Lord.
Of course.
Yes, we have a temple, the Church of St. Andrew. Father Lucian is a priest of the Morning Lord.
Oh, I cannot wait to meet him.
What business do you have in Valiki?
To spread the word, of course. And to join in the festivities. I heard they're quite magnificent.
Have you not heard
Heard what?
of the word? The
Don't
bird, the bird is the
Bird
word.
is the word. The bird. Yep.
Oh, man.
Open the
I
fucking
saw it
gates
coming.
right now. I have to get away from these people.
Hi, so we're like adventurers, and we killed a hag, and we saved these kids that are apparently from your town. We would like to return them to their families.
They nod and look around. All right. They open the gates. You guys can come in.
Oh, 1,000 greetings, dear friends. Thank you for watching the wall. That must be a very dangerous job.
We really do not know who this man is. You are free to open fire.
Oh, you're such a goof. Don't
Hey,
mind
we'll
him.
let
He's just
Father
haggard from the road.
Lucian. We'll let Father Lucian deal with him. The church is on the opposite side of town, near the Sunset Gate.
Thank you so much. Strong and a gentleman.
They look at each other. Not even my wife calls me gentle.
Oh, well,
You
that's
must be
her
drunk.
loss.
Go.
Adrian, can you give him your
Okay.
pretty dress?
Oh my god.
I think we should go. Kids, do you know where your houses are?
Three of them nod yes.
Okay.
We can go right now.
Okay, great. Let's let's take you guys home.
All right. Two of them
20,
kind of look up at
20
you as they
episodes
shake
from
their
now,
heads
we're going
no.
to come back to Valiki, and it's going to be a roving band of fucking orphans that are raising hell in this town, and it's going to be those kids that you just let go.
Each one of them is going to have a hand on a chain.
No, we
Yep.
are taking them to their parents' house. We're
Well,
taking
you could
them
take
there.
3 of them to their parents' house. 2 of them don't.
Right. Two of them, but
2 of them are still over.
two of them said they have an aunt and uncle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll go there next.
All right.
We'll get the first 3. What time of day is it?
You guys are about late morning,
Late morning.
so
Okay.
10-ish, 11.
A
Okay.
perfect time for brunch.
The town seems... You see, like, a lot of wolf skins and wolf heads up in places. They just got over a festival. Streamers are still along some of the floors. So, Tiberius quickly takes you to his house.
At warp speed.
As you guys are walking past, you see this colorful
Nice.
just wagon, just painted in like red and blues and yellows, all over in a stockyard.
Wow, that's a magnificent. Look at that. Look at that wagon. I'm like, kind of tug on the kids. Look! Aren't you excited?
Perhaps you should go investigate it.
I
You
don't
see
even
on the
know
side
how.
it says Rictavo's Master Circus.
A circus. You hear that, Ragnick? A circus! That's it.
I
I'm
have
calling
no-
it now.
I have-
We are definitely going to the circus before we leave town.
I have monkey I can sell to circus.
Well,
So,
I think we should get these kids to their homes before
Taking
we
Tiberius
have any
first,
detours.
right?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
yes, Tiberius first. His house isn't too far. You guys reach it within a quick brisk walk. His mother answers the door. Tears hit her eyes immediately as she sees her son and just engulfs him in a giant hug, and she can't even get the words out to say thank you.
Aww.
It's magnificent. Oh, I'm so happy.
Job well done.
We get to do this 4 more times.
It's too bad that nobody is here to hand invoice. Let's deliver the rest of kids for free.
I'm gonna
I
look.
agree.
I'm gonna look back at Ragnick, and I'm gonna look at him and then just be like, with like a, I already have this handled, kind of look.
So the next 2 are actually brother and sister.
All
So,
right.
yes, sir. And you find their house across the streets from Tiberius's to the south. As you guys are walking towards it, you see an older man kind of walk up and near you guys. He drops the tape measure and begins to measure you guys from the shoulder down.
What? Hi.
Oh, my apologies. Welcome to Valiki. I am Vander Voot.
Well, hi
The
there,
coffin maker.
Vander.
Oh, that's
I don't-
amazing.
What are you doing?
I'm measuring you. I measure everyone in town.
Why?
Business is booming.
Well, none of us plan on dying, so
I can tell from the armor and the swords and shields. You are adventurers, no?
yeah.
You do not
Keep
need
telling
to
yourself
worry-
you're going to live. And he
you
goes
do
back
not
to his
need to
coffee
worry
shop.
about, as he's leaving that, you do not need to worry about us. My friend Chunicote will keep you in business, though.
Hey, Silver? He gives you guys a thumbs up and he walks back to his coffin shop.
That was very polite of him to give us, a
I'm gonna
consultation
make
without
sure
even having to
I
ask.
kind of peg the location of the coffin shop. Oh, I gotta know that. Yep.
All right. Sounds good. So you guys reach...
It's too bad nobody here was here to inform him of how to do business. He should have at least charged for a consultation fee.
Oh, he seems like he knows what he's doing. I'm sure he'll get by.
All right.
You guys reach the next house, and the parents react the same way.
Yay.
Oh.
They're just overjoyed to have their children back.
Hold on. Before we left the other house,
Yes.
when everyone else starts to walk away, I'm gonna say like a bunch of happy stuff, and I'm going to roll up a piece of paper and slide it under the door.
That's our Kavir.
No,
He's
it's
just
not.
He's soliciting donations for Pelor.
Of course. Who could put a price tag on a mother's love?
Apparently you can.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Sure.
Don't be so negative, Adri. You have a beautiful dress and a spunky outlook on life.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I believe in last episode we were talking about things and making money off of body parts. So if we're going to get on to spunkiness, how much are you going to charge for that?
So we're returning Jenna and Thomas.
Oh my god.
Hey, Rachel, I just messaged you.
Oh, okay. Great.
No worries. So you guys turn back Jenna and Thomas to their parents. They seem overjoyed as well. The mother loses herself in her composure by grabbing the kids and hugging them, while the father goes back in and comes out with this antique clock, and he just hands it to you guys, saying, "It's all I have of value. Thank you so much. I couldn't make it without my children."
I know someone who would really like you. It's too bad he's not here right now, but...
I don't think we need this.
I'm just wondering what the hell
Oh,
I got
nonsense. We can always make donations. Thank you, sir. We would hate to be rude
No,
and not
no,
accept your...
no. You keep your money.
Yeah, you should keep it.
He looks stunned, like he kind of looks stunned for a minute. He's like, "Your gratitude knows no bounds."
We're on the road a lot. It would get like broken or dusty. None of us know how to like do upkeep for a clock. You should keep it.
I'm gonna look at
We
Adri.
have a friend that is cuckoo, but it's not to do with clock.
I'm gonna look at Adri, like my face is going back professional, but my mannerisms are staying confessional.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna look at her with like the meanest, like you are asking for it look.
I mean, it looks like such a nice, expensive clock. I would hate for it to get damaged if it was with us.
Yeah,
You
it would be.
definitely keep it.
I would hate for anything to get damaged. Anything.
Yeah.
And just stare right at her.
Let's return these last kids.
Why don't you stay here and make sure that they're feeling all right? And we'll go ahead and return the rest of the kids.
No, that's all right. I'll go with you guys.
So, as
That's
you guys
so
turn the last,
their aunt and uncle.
you turn the last of the kids.
Now you
You
know
guys
how we
cross
Their
feel.
aunt and uncle.
That's right.
All right, no worries.
Yes.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's gonna be the fun part. They don't know where they live in town.
Okay.
But as you guys reach
Do
the
they know
town
their
square,
names?
yes, you're looking for. Let me find it. I had it written down here on the other page. The last name is Mardukov.
Okay.
So
So we get into the town square. And
you
I
get
will
in the
say,
town square. You see
Where
the
is
shop.
Mordakov house?
Hmm.
So you see a couple people look up and they're like, they all point west,
Well, you made quite an impression, my friend.
and they see Ragnik and they all disperse.
So they pointed west. So west we go.
As they As the people start to run off, Adrian's like, "No, it's okay. He's nice."
You see a parchment stapled to a post nearby.
I'll go look at
It
it.
reads, "Come one,
They
come
got a
all,
little
the
party
greatest
to provide
celebration of the
pikes
year,
for
the
you.
Wilpets
Wow.
Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well, the Baron."
It's for really
You-
long
you-
fondue.
You could tell that this was the last festival the town just went through.
This said children required.
Everyone's in attendance, pretty much. Attendance and children will be required. The festivals are for everyone, as you remember Blug saying.
So how are there like alleyways in the buildings here?
Yes, you see alleyways throughout them. You also see two men in stocks with, like, merely badly made donkey heads costumes. You see a pile of rotten vegetables at their feet and stained on the stalks near them, as well as you guys cross to the center of town.
That is an abomination to vegetables. I cannot let that stand.
Plus 19.
Ragnar's going to go up to the stocks, take the donkey heads off, ask them what they did.
They're like, we told the mayor's festival was stupid. It's not going to stop the vampire.
Okay, is it locked or does it just have like a pin in it?
Pins.
Okay, I'll pull up the pins and let them out.
They look at you. Really?
Demon arm.
Thousand blessings on you. Don't let Izek catch you.
I'm not worried.
You can't miss him. He's the one walking around with the demon arm.
I'm gonna
The what?
I'm gonna slip up to
Hey, what's
where-
this in my
when
pocket?
he's releasing those people. I'm assuming they're wearing clothing or jackets or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to drop a few pieces of gold in their pockets without them knowing or without anyone noticing.
All right.
Who
You
are
didn't
you?
notice. You didn't notice. You didn't notice.
Perception checks.
Right, that'd be a passive perception, right?
And
Against
I have
your
to
sleight
roll-
of hand.
I have to roll sleight of
Yeah, I
hand,
need a
right?
stealth check, Dees.
Right on. Stealth or sleight of hand?
Whichever.
Flat hand.
And that would
Yeah.
be against their passives.
12.
That's all right.
22.
But still, as a player, I say, what?
Dick.
Yeah. Yeah, so far he's smacking all your guys' perception out the window. Alright. So
I'm gonna put
they kind of look at you guys odd and they just they bolt to get out of the town square.
I'm actually going to kind of stop them for a second.
Alright.
Because I want to know what they're talking about demon arm.
Ezek, he's the Baron's enforcer. He lost his arm
Oh,
to werewolves
yeah.
back in the day. And
That's
eventually
what I'm saying.
this
You know
demon
it's
arm
coming.
grew.
You know
He
it's
throws
coming.
fire with it. He enforces the Baronless law.
You know it's coming.
That's an abomination. We cannot let that stand.
You know it's
plus
coming.
19.
Plus 19.
We found Chunikote's new shirt.
Hashtag pound sign plus 19.
So
Okay.
that didn't take long.
Can
What?
can we agree
Make an
that
enemy of Isaac.
There's nothing wrong with a good solid strategy.
can we
I'm
agree
okay
if
with
we
that.
see someone with a demon arm
But
that we don't immediately attack them in the middle of town? Like,
I can appreciate sound strategy, but yeah,
Okay.
I can't let that stick. Though.
Hey, D-Walk, I'm sending you a message.
Sorry.
Awesome.
okay. All right.
Demon arm. What the hell's wrong with that? Demon arm. What the hell is that? Westward ho!
Okay. So we're looking for the.
Everyone just kind of pointed west
Okay.
and then ran. So
All right.
you guys stick down the main road. You guys stick down the main road of town, and eventually you come across this tavern. You see a sign that says Blue Water Inn.
Blue water.
Might help.
Should we
Makes sense.
maybe ask for directions in here? Maybe they know where the
The Martikov house is.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and stay outside for this.
Okay. All right, kids, stay out here with Ragnick.
Oh, Uncle Ragnick. Oh,
They
you
look up.
got.
All right.
Yeah, look at that. That's just adorable.
Each one grabs Ragnick's or Pinky on Ragnick because that's all they can
Aww.
hold on to with their small hands.
Aww. So cute. Aww. All right, Adri will kind of like knock on the door and then like step into the tavern.
I like to pick them up and put one on each shoulder.
Yay.
And she'll. Is there anyone she can see in the tavern?
Yes, actually, the tavern is full,
Oh.
in a sense. It's a whole lot more livelier than Barovia. As you guys look around, you see a man kind of just. Let me read the entry on this. No, he does not.
Has a demon
Gray
head.
smoke issues from the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and
Everyone?
sagging tile roof upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wood sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
19.
I need an intelligence check.
From who?
Everyone that's there.
Okay.
I'm smart. S-M-R-T, smart.
17.
Nice.
Did we lose Dees?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
As you guys, your memory kind of clicks back to Madame Eva speaking of blue water and a blue waterfall and clear water. Of speaking of the Tome of Strahd.
Oh, that's right.
As you guys look around, you see a number of people inside. Two boys scurrying around the place. A woman behind the barkeep with raven feathers in her hair. An older man just with silver and black hair, kind of sitting in what would be like not really like a larger, not a throne, but a larger chair in the room, kind of laughing it up. Two brothers in a corner, a little bit drunk. You also see off on
Adrian,
one
they may
side
be
two men in
relatives
wolf
to you.
furs, heavy bows, arrows,
I would think
crossbows, a number of blades on their hips. And you also see two half elves. So
Maybe. That would be neat.
Dude,
Well, they could be relatives.
not all elves know one another. I mean, don't be a fucking racist.
'tis his Ravenloft.
Adri's gonna go up to the bar to. You said there was a woman behind the bar.
Yes.
Okay, so she'll go up to her.
She looks at you.
Hey.
Huh. It's been a long time since we've had a full fair skin in town. Welcome to Veliki.
Thanks.
This is the Blue Water Inn.
Thanks.
Me and my husband
Danica
own it.
and
My
Erwin?
name is Danica.
Danica. What's your husband's name?
Erwin Martikov. Erwin Martikov.
What was the last
She points
name?
over to the heavier
I
man
didn't
in
hear you.
the
Broke up.
silver and black hair.
Okay.
What was that last name again, David?
You caught it. I'm surprised they didn't. Mardukov.
Monica. Okay, that's what I thought you said. Oh. Yeah, he started to cut out. That's why I
Oh,
asked.
my apologies.
Oh, are you um are you the aunt and uncle to Juliet and Gabriel?
She's like, the names sound familiar. She looks over. Erwin! Isn't that your sister's kids' names? He's like, yeah, but... Before I go to bed. Sorry. No, he looks... Get to bed. Go.
He's very serious. He wants us
Go.
in bed.
He does.
Sorry. She comes out again. I'm gonna have to get up. No, Erwin's like, yeah, but they don't live anywhere near here.
We got a surprise for you.
In fact, I
We
believe they
got
live
a
in Barovia.
surprise for you.
I haven't seen them in 10 years, maybe? Well, I heard the kids were born, but I haven't seen her in 10 years.
Well,
Surprise!
is there like a quiet corner or something that maybe Adri can like talk to them so she's not like
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she waves Erwin over. He
Okay.
comes over. He's like, this whole place is mine. It's all my private.
okay. So me and my friends were traveling from Barovia to here, and we encountered like a hag, and she had a bunch of kids, and Juliet and Gabriel were among them. Unfortunately, their parents. I'm so sorry. They were killed.
Erwin looks at the children. The girl's a spitting image of her mother.
The children are outside with me, David.
Yeah,
Oh, my
the
bad.
kids are outside.
He's like, bring them in.
Okay. All right.
If they are who you say you are, they're family. I can't let family be. Bring them in.
Okay. So Adri will go back. She'll be like, "Okay, Ragnar, can you bring the kids in?"
I'll come in, I'll duck under the door with the kids on my shoulder and stand up and just...
All you hear is, holy shit.
That's exactly what I was going for.
And like, he looks at him like, he just kind of blinks. He's like, you all are not from here, are you?
That's a
You
rag.
came through the mist, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you know that?
Yep.
I've never seen one of those before.
What the what? Then I turn around and look behind me.
But, Erwin, you call it a Ragnik?
That's his name.
Oh, he just kind of like, he kind of looks Ragnik up and down around. He points to the scar on his chest. Were you a slave?
No. This is symbol of court.
Oh, God. Say something when you come in the house, dude. I thought it was a freaking neighbor. Sorry.
Jesus. Wow.
All right.
I hear you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Neighbor's a druggie, and half the time is weird nightly things. I heard something at the door. I almost damn panicked. No, there's a reason I bought a shotgun. So, where was it? Oh, he looks around and he's like, so holy men?
That's awesome.
He's like, you know what? No worries. You did my family solid. Blood of my blood. You stay for free. You eat for free.
Oh Lord.
Now you are speaking my language.
Nope.
All three of you.
Thanks. Wait, 3?
You notice that Kavir is missing.
Thank God.
Oh my.
Until the confessional is gone, I am okay with this. I don't give a fuck what shenanigans he's into.
Oh,
he's gonna
you
come
better.
back with the clock. Well, thank you. That's really nice of you. My name is
Of course.
Adri.
He seems to
This is
step
Chunico Day.
aside for a
So
moment.
you already met Ragnik. We might have another one come looking for us. His name's Kavir.
So,
Yeah.
Ragnik,
no worries.
you would know not to call my name Kabir. Just from our hanging out, you would know not to. You would interrupt her and say professional.
Mr. Professional.
Thank
Okay.
I'm going to roll
He's
my
like-
intelligence check real quick to see if I remember anything
you.
about the
That's a good point.
All right.
18?
Yes, you do remember.
So,
In a
since
coy
we did
manner.
solid for your family, do you have an old book here?
He kind of looks at you. He kind of looks at you coyly, or yeah, I said that right? Coyly? No. Coy.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. He looks at you in a coy manner. Possibly.
Do not play coy. Yes, no. I am okay with either answer.
I have a few books. One of them can make you very good friends or very good enemies. You saved my family. You did me solid.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
I need to know your intentions in Barovia first. Or in this area. Let's talk upstairs. Away from ears.
That is a good idea. Well, how does the rest of the bar react to me?
You see the two guys that are dressed up in the wolf skins kind of eye you up and down, and they eventually kind of have this warrior montage with you for a minute. Just all right, kind of like they measured you, they weighed you, they found you something they really probably don't want to pick a fight with in the bar.
I wink at
But
him.
it's kind of a respect between warriors in a sense. The two drunk brothers, though, they kind of just have this noble essence to them, so they just look down on everybody around. So they're kind of just, they don't even know what to make of you. The two half-elves, they look at you differently. One of them looks at you guys, it's like he's investigating you guys, like he's kind of like studying you guys. The other one,
Wow,
though,
that's kind of weird.
kind of has this like wicked smile on his face, just watching you guys, and not wicked in a bad sense, kind of like just like he's actually happier here. You do notice this color pattern on him though, kind of matches the wagon you saw earlier. He's a little more flashier. His boots are more shiny leather. He has a whip on his side.
AJ will
So-
kind of like smile, like happy, friendly smile at them because it's elves and they're like the first even partial elves that she's seen.
You do notice the other elf, the one that's kind of investigating you guys, does spend more time watching Adri than the others.
Hi.
He gives you a smile over his glass of wine and sits back and enjoys his wine.
I am definitely keeping an eye on these guys as we start heading up the stairs.
Go ahead and give me a. Well, you do see a couple instruments around the one elf with the wine. He has a flute tied to his hip, a lute near him on the table.
He's a bard.
That's awesome.
Adri's mom wouldn't let her hang out with bards. She said they were a bad influence.
Oh God.
Oh man, thank God I didn't drink the beer right then. I was about to spill all over the laptop.
That's fucking perfect. Considering I love to play bards.
Oh no.
I am so killing Ragnik now. We got to get a bard to the party.
Yes.
Wow.
You guys
Just a
just
torture
think
injury.
you just think you hate the confessional.
But Bubba's got a raging bard on.
Oh, dude, is this
Oh.
the hey? As long as it's the pole dancing bard, I'm good with it.
What? No.
Yep.
Yes! For those
know
of you
that
that
ages
are
addiction?
listening at
Oh
home,
my god.
he just got up and danced for us.
It's like in the middle of drinking water.
I played a bard once that he was basically a Chippendale,
Yep.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
and I was playing in a live action game, and my DM
That must
he was across the table, and every time I'd use my
that must have been
bardic
great.
talents, I'd stand up and gyrate my hips at him.
Oh, the stories I heard of that game.
Oh my gosh.
His
Wow.
name was
Now you
Bell
understand-
Biv. Bell
The
Biv
hips
DeVoe.
don't lie.
I saw the character sheet. That was brutal.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, it was. He would
Wow.
mesmerize with his pocket watch.
Wow. So we went from testicles and wieners last game
Oh my
to the
gosh.
Bubba dance. Bless you, Jake. Bless you.
All right, we're going upstairs.
Yep.
Okay.
And he sits down. And he kind of looks. He's like, "I'll be forward with you.
Hmm.
There's a number of powers in town right now. There's the Baron who is against
Oh, I
Strahd.
tend to disagree with that.
And don't fool yourself. The man understands the evil he's against, but he doesn't comprehend the power that Strahd has. He thinks we're free of it, and there's no way to be free of Strahd here. The other power in town is the Lady Fiona.
Lady Fiona?
Yes, of the Watcher House. Beware her and her book club. They are loyal to Strahd. Beware the Vistani outside of town, for they are loyal to Strahd. As guests in this land, and the story of the hag you killed, it sounds like one of the lieutenants that he used to keep on Slavic Road, near the windmill.
It was
Is that the hag
No.
you speak?
No, we
Yeah.
found her near the windmill.
Well, near the windmill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a house in the woods.
Yeah.
You find her sisters.
Yeah, they got him. We killed the last one.
No.
Didn't the guy we talked to say that they killed the sisters?
Yep.
Did they kill both or just one?
Yeah,
Mhm.
both, and then the
Uh-oh.
one got away. The,
Oh, okay.
the sisters have been taken care of before we got there. So
Then the cleric and the ranger and the dwarf must have made it.
they did not make it. They did take care of sisters.
The dwarf was nice. The ranger was nice. The cleric was an asshole.
We have very similar party dynamic.
Oh my
AJ looks
god.
confused
Wow.
and offended.
Not this cleric. No. We have nice and asshole is what I'm saying.
Well, all right. The rest got mixed up there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one that heard that.
No, you aren't. I just am not here, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, all right.
Trying to not.
Yeah, I hear you. He's like, I do have a book, and my family has kept it secret for all these years.
I tell
It is the
Adrian,
to-
show him holy symbol.
Oh, okay. She'll kind of it's under her chainmail, and she'll take out the symbol of Ravenkind.
he sees it. Huh. You're a friend of Raven's. That's good to know. That holy symbol's been lost for years. May I ask where you found it?
In Barovia.
Yeah.
Wow, made it over there.
So
Oh,
you
that
know
was right in
importance of these symbols, yes?
Yes, yes.
We
There
also
was
have sword.
You have the sun sword.
Yes.
You see him walk over to a closet, he unlocks it, opens it up, and pulls out a metal box. And he walks over and he sets it down in front of you guys and unlocks it again and opens it up and it pulls out an old book. This is the Tome of Strahd.
Yeah.
It was taken from him years ago and it speaks of his origins. We haven't had anyone that's been able to make sense of it.
I definitely want to.
But
take
if
a
it
look
speaks
at
of his origins, then it must speak of his destruction.
We have somewhat intelligent fella in party.
He hands you the book. Then you must be the safest hands to keep this in.
Da.
But no. If you take war to Strahd, you will have friends. My family will back you.
Tell me about Demon Arm.
Ezek?
Da.
He's an asshole.
Da.
Ezek, him and his sister got lost in the woods years ago.
Evil.
Sister was never found. They found him
Evil.
missing his
So
arm.
evil.
The Baron took him in and raised him, gave him a life. He became the Baron's enforcer. He'll do anything for him. Eventually, the demon arm grew. We don't know why. Though, if you want to know more about him, you need to go see the toy maker.
Who's the toy maker?
Blinky's Toy Shop. It's near the center of town. He visits Blinky at least once a month. Makes him make something. If anyone has knowledge on Ezek, it's Blinky. I guarantee the Baron won't speak.
Blinky, huh?
He's a jolly fellow. He likes to make toys for kids. There's not many kids left in town anymore, but
Does he make toys named Blinsky?
no. He makes some really creepy ones these days, though. Like a toy gallows set and a doll missing its head.
Thank you.
It's a little eerie in his shop, but he has a good heart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of my pack.
Yeah, the family.
Yeah. There's 4 dogs and 8 cats.
That was so cool to see that wolf-like dog jump up next to Junico. That really sold the illusion for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
One of these
there's
days I'm gonna have to ask
there's
Jake
a
how
lot.
many
I've
animals he
got-
does have in the house. I keep seeing the number of cats
got
pop
one of the
through and a
cats.
couple dogs.
No.
Holy
God.
shit!
Jesus
That
Christ.
explains
dude.
why I haven't been
I'm
able to
alright
keep
with
track.
it.
I've been trying to keep track
I'm
of them.
alright
and
with
I
it.
can't
I
keep track.
had a few.
I keep seeing different things pop up, and I'm like,
marriages.
dude, I can't be going this crazy. Hey, brother,
Jaker.
to each his own.
Jake, are you married?
Yeah.
That might be why.
It's actually in Georgia, Noah's
No.
Ark Animal Sanctuary, and they had well, the lion.
I remember
tiger.
when
They
I
had a
first
lion,
became
tiger,
friends
and
with
a
Jake
bear.
on Facebook. He kept
And-
posting a lot of this
Yeah.
nature
Well, they,
sanctuary
yeah,
stuff, so I knew
well,
he
it
was
was
this big animal
it was a
lover
really
all
neat
along.
story because they rescued them when they were all
There's
cubs.
like a Noah's
And
Zoo
it
or
was
something
like
nearby
the
you,
cops
right?
did this drug bust at this major drug dealer's house, and they found these baby animals just basically like caged up. So they took them, and since they had already bonded
They're
as,
in the same
as
Oh
cage.
babies,
my.
they
Or
raised
in
them
the same,
together,
or
and
in the
they
same.
they were like their hugest attraction there. And then the lion died though. Yeah, Leo passed away last year, I believe it was. So yeah, Shere Khan and Baloo were in mourning. It was rough. I mean, it was like I followed it pretty closely, and it's like really an amazing place. I'd like to get down there and visit someday. They had
That's awesome.
They also had
Yeah,
a
from the
zebra
pictures,
named
it was
Evidence
awesome.
that was involved. There was like an animal smuggling ring somehow. The cops were saying you can't take that zebra. He's evidence. And that's how he got
Aw.
his name. So they do like a 5K run for him every year because he lived there for a few years, but he passed. He had a lot of health issues. So yeah, Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary. They're on Facebook, and They do a lot of good work. They're real good people. So that's my shameless plug for this episode. They don't know it, but hey, you know, we'll give it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. That was an abomination. That was not a
No,
horse.
it's all good. It's all good. I
This
asked.
episode is
I
brought to you by
Just
Noah's
wild.
Ark Animal Sanctuary.
Plus 19.
Hey, at Freelance Terrorism, we love all animals and none were hurt in the production.
Yet.
Except the horse. That skeleton
And the
horse had
goat.
it coming. That bastard. And the goat.
I make
Poor
sure
goat.
that they
Plus
make
19
sure
to
the kids
justify
know they're
action.
always part. They can
Yeah.
always be part
All
of
right.
the tribe. They're always
So,
All right.
but you guys are up there with Irwin and his wife. He has his two boys take his niece and nephew and find them rooms in the place.
I give them both a big hug too.
He's like, all right.
And they're just like, thanks, creepy old murder hobo.
Thanks, Uncle Rambo. We love you. So, hey, Dees, while you're
Yeah.
outside,
Rachel, your
you know
cat's
what to do?
drinking your tea.
No, that's the water glass I leave out as a distraction, so they won't drink from my actual water glass.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the cat just to walk up and say, "Fuck your glass," knock it off the table. Cats do that. Mine does. Where is that little demon?
All right.
No, she's not. Oh, yeah, there she is. All right. Keep an eye on that cat. So, Dees, anything outside you want to do?
Yeah, I want
don't
to follow
wanna
that
leave you hanging
guy.
outside.
I want to follow
All
that
right.
guy that was watching the group.
Sorry. She just put a damn cat on my shoulder. All right, so you see the guy outside and he's been keeping an eye on you, and he notices you, and the minute he sees you watching him, he bolts.
Do I know what direction? I can kind of tell where he's going.
Oh yeah, you can easily overtake him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna match speeds with him, so that he's just almost out of range. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
tailing him without him knowing that. Like if he's facing away from me, I'll move full 90. But then if he's looking at me, I'm just moseying.
All right. Eventually, you see him trek back to this, what once was a glorious, noble house, but now is just, it's gone down. It's like the house itself mourns what it once was. The way it just sulks in on itself, and I mean, I almost describe the house hates itself now. That's legitimately in the book how it's written. But the house literally just, what it once was compared to what it is. It was once a powerful house. I mean, it was definitely one of the biggest noble houses in town.
Bet there's a guy.
Yeah, now it just looks like it's like unkempt and maybe being used for foul purposes.
In a sense, yes. But you can definitely see the iron gates around it are still up and strong. That the locks and the windows are definitely new.
Now, about how big is it? It's a pretty big house, yeah.
Yes, it's almost mansion size.
When the guy approaches it, I'm assuming it was a guy that I was following.
Yes.
Any distinguishing features about him?
It is a two-story house. In distinguishing features, just he kind of looks slimy to you, kind of just like little creepy, like this little, not slimy that way.
Like a
Anybody
grimy,
knows slimy, it's the professional.
like a
Yeah.
like a dockside,
Like a really
piece of shit.
like a bad card shark. Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah.
like a piece of shit. Like in the back alley, just watching people, keeping eyes on tabs. That nosy neighbor that nobody likes.
Right. So when I see him approach, I'm gonna kind of like post up across the way so I can still see him. He
Alright.
approaches the gate. I take it.
Yeah, he approaches the gate. He pulls a key from his pocket and unlocks it and goes in.
So he opens it himself.
hmm
Is it any type of specialized key? I'm assuming it's a really nice, fancy house. It might be like an ornate key.
Yeah.
So I could identify it if I
Yeah.
saw it again.
Yes, sir.
Right on. And how far from the gate to the front door is it?
About 10 feet.
Okay, one more question.
Go for it.
Does it look like there are guards posted anywhere around the front side of the house?
No.
I'm gonna walk around the side and try to kind of like make a mental map of the house.
All right. You
Fan-
find a cellar door on the outside
on the outside of the gate.
as you walk around. Yeah, it's outside the gate.
Foot traffic.
And as you walk around the house, a lot of foot traffic. You see a garden around it, a lot of windows upstairs. So,
And this is daylight, correct?
yes.
He wasn't dressed in a way that would cover him, like inordinately.
No. He was dressed like almost everyone else in town.
Okie doke. Well, I've profiled it.
You
No.
you do know that the door itself is actually made of stained glass. Now that you're close enough, with wood frames around it.
What, any particular image?
No, just painted stained glass.
All right, I'm gonna finish my my circumference walk around the,
Alright.
the house, kind of make mental notes of entrances and whatnot, and then take a different route back to the house where we left the clock.
All right, of course.
And I'm going to tell the guy that not to worry about the clock. We'll have someone come back for it later. But I really
Alright.
appreciate it. We just didn't know how to accept it yet.
He nods and he actually embraces you with a big burly hug.
I'm gonna play along with it, I guess.
All right.
All right. Did I see I saw them go into the bar from
Yes. You
where
saw
I
him go
was
in the tavern.
where I was posted up. Those events were going on around the same time they were talking. Would I have been
Yes.
in range to see them gesture upstairs, or was that conversation too long? Was already gone?
You would have been gone by then.
Well, then I'm going
So.
to enter the bar,
All right.
and I'm going to try to do an investigation check to see the people that were in the bar when I went past it versus people that are absent from the bar.
All right. You're able to pick up that you're missing at least 2 people that were in the bar earlier that are missing from where they are now.
Important chair guy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to look around the room, and I'm going to try to find the person that looks most, I don't know, awkward
Only an
or friendly.
only an 11.
The
Okay, we're
bar.
gonna pan to upstairs
Wait,
quick
no,
for a
it'd be a
second.
third. Yeah,
As this is going on downstairs, upstairs,
yeah, it would be a 13.
raven flies in
actually,
the
if Rob had
window,
proficiency.
and go ahead and give me a perception, the 3 of you upstairs.
21, 22.
17.
All right, Ragnik sees it. You said 11, Jake? All right, 13. And Adri got a 17?
Yeah.
All right, you notice the older man looks at the bird, but Ragnik actually almost sees like the bird nod to the older man, and the older man actually take a cue from it. He looks downstairs, looks up. He's like, "I think your friend's here."
How do you know that?
So, I have friends everywhere, and everywhere has eyes.
Okay.
So your,
So back
your,
down.
your little bird tells you.
Oh man, we could totally one up Game of Thrones right now. Like if the crow was, or if the raven was wearing glasses, he could be the four-eyed raven, and then we'd totally beat Game of Thrones.
Yep. That's where I was going with it.
So, nice. He looks at the raven. Ravens are very dear to my family. They always have been. And the fact that you guys come in wearing the symbol of Ravenkind speaks high volumes for the gods placing you here on the right path.
Speaking of Adri, you should put that back under your shirt before we go down.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
definitely you do not want Isaac to see it.
Okay. She'll do that.
Or Lady Fiona. Lady Fiona's servant see it. It will be all at war.
And I'll put the book in my bag.
Alright, back downstairs. to the professional. The professional, you see a number of people in the inn. You see the two hunters with the wolf skins, the two brothers drunk in the corner, and the two half elves. The one dressed up, looking like a circus master, a little toned down, and then you see the bard to himself in the corner, sipping his wine. Both of them are half elves.
I'm gonna go to the bard. He obviously is more observant than everyone else here. He needs to tell stories, so probably looking for him.
You see him come over, he's like, "Glass of wine, my friend." He's like, "You have a story
Oh,
yourself,
my.
don't you?"
Tons of 'em.
Sit, please. I love stories. Share.
I'll take a seat and I'll be like, unfortunately, this isn't a pleasure call. This is business.
Of course, anything as pretty as you couldn't be a pleasure call.
So I'm going to notice that like conversational piece, and I'm going to be like, well, takes one to know one.
Cheers.
I'll cheers him
Sure,
with a
you like-
glass, empty glass.
The wine here is really good.
I'm sure it
Comes
is.
with the owner's family.
But the sooner I get this business taken care of, the sooner I can kick back and relax.
Wow.
Understand.
I'm looking for
So,
some friends
what
of
is
mine.
your business? Your friends.
Big green guy.
This one. That's a story. Tell me, what is he?
He is an idiot.
I've never come across him in my travels, and I've traveled very far.
Well, I mean, he's
He
a good.
reminds me. He almost looks. What were they called? Orcs in the home country, I believe.
Yeah, they are very similar. He's a good guy, but
Though he's a bit small for an orc, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't really hang out with orcs, and I mispronounced the word orc. Orcs.
He nods. What's the story on the elf?
Don't even get me started. That's the whole thing.
And the wolfskin man. Is he a hunter like the others?
I don't know. He's more like the hunted. I would say he's closer to the animals than the people. They're all good people. You can trust them. But right now, I need to find them. It's important that I do.
They're upstairs.
Upstairs. Gotcha.
Aye.
And I'm gonna
You're
look
not
at
gonna
him.
share anything.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna take the wine. And I'm gonna pour it into the empty glass. I'm gonna cheers him with it. And I'm gonna take the glass with me upstairs. I'm not going to drink
All right.
it though.
And he's like, "We're gonna have to get more wine in you to get more stories out. I can already tell."
And I'm gonna wink at him and point, and then head up the stairs.
All right.
As soon as I get out of view of him, I'm gonna pour the wine on the floor and throw the glass. Ugh.
You get upstairs and you find everyone upstairs talking in hushed tones.
Interesting. Partying without me, are we?
Oh, hey! Where'd you go?
Oh, I just needed a breather from looking at you.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Have not seen you since the windmill. So glad you're back.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. That's a great time. Got to go to the
Everyone will see
carnival.
you.
Got to ride the rides. It was fun. We have business to talk about.
We do?
It's important.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over at the guy. I'm gonna say, Birdman, nice to see you.
You too, stranger. He's like, "Are you with them? You're the
I
fourth
think
friend?"
that
Yes,
was
I'm
the
the leader of
character
this
for
group.
all of us.
Then you shall share in your friend's bounty, free rooms and food while you're here. You did my blood a solid. You brought me back my kin.
Oh, you're
Ragnick
welcome.
audibly laughed when he said that. I mean, that wasn't just me as a player. Ragnick
Yeah.
laughed when he said that.
He kind of looks over at you. He's like, "You went the long way around town, didn't you?"
Business. I needed to see to some things. And when I say see, I'm gonna like point at my eye.
He nods. Well, then he points over. He's like down the hall. He's like, "Your rooms are available, please. They're already ready to go. If you need to discuss privately, please, we can leave you guys up here to do it. I have a tavern to run downstairs."
I'm going to slide my hand into my jacket, and I'm going
Alright.
to apply a glove. And I'm
Alright.
going to, because my hands are in my pockets when I go upstairs. And I'm going to shake his hand with the glove hand, so it doesn't seem
Alright.
conspicuous. And then
Okay.
when I put my hand back in my pocket, I'm going to fold the glove inside out and leave it in my pocket.
Alrighty.
When I take the glove off, I'll hold the fingers and pull up on the outside, turning it into essentially a handshake bag. It'll make sense later.
Oh, I got a feeling where you're going with this. So, all right. You guys were given 2 rooms. Each room has 2 beds in it.
Adrian gets a room.
I'm going to look at Adrian and be like, look, enough, okay? There's nothing between us. And I'm going to like, Chunikote, you're with me.
What? Adrian looks very confused.
Oh God,
I'm
that's
gonna
awesome.
I'm gonna give Ragnik the since we've been traveling together, I trust Ragnik implicitly. Like I know he is 100%. So I'm gonna make sure that whenever there needs to be a party switch, I know I can trust him to kind of know how the system works for adventuring. So I
You
pair
mean
off
the
with
candle
one of the other
trick
two.
you guys spoke in the beginning?
Say what?
I still have your candle thing written down in the notes.
Yep.
Which candles are warnings? Which ones aren't?
Yeah, red, gold, and black.
Yeah, I did not write that down on purpose.
I'm really glad.
I know
I'm
you
really
did. We have audio of you saying, "I'm not writing this down."
I'm really glad that that I could have intentionally made something that is essentially useless now.
If we're gonna be chatting, I'm gonna go run.
Actually, Adri needs to talk to the group.
Well, you know,
so
maybe
can
maybe
we
a
all
couple
like
bowls of soup.
pick a room so we can talk in private?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's
Great.
you gotta have soup. It'll
That's
just
kind of
come
what
in.
Dee's has been trying to pull off.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Alright, so I'll come back with
So then-
provisions.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, Doc?
Oh, good lord, with the soup.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
So I have something real quick. When we got here, my voice spoke to me, and it said that we shouldn't reveal
Well,
Irina's
speaking of which,
identity
where exactly is she right now?
to anyone while we're here,
Okay.
or at least to be very careful.
So she would also be getting
Who
like
we-
a free
we
room and free
tell
food and everything. I'm
that
assuming.
she's here. I guess since
Okay.
so many people around here seem to be working for Strahd.
Technically with you guys.
So
She's with my goat somewhere.
She fills up 2 bag slots.
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah, but that's what my voice told me, and I trust it. So I think we should be careful about that.
Well, we probably shouldn't be offering up a whole lot of information to anybody.
That is probably a good idea.
It's a
but
large
since-
city, and kind of hard to get our footing with who is trustworthy since we've been here for all of an hour.
Since you and Chinakote are going to be sharing room tonight, I reach in my bag and pull out the book. I hand it to the professional. Perhaps you two can mull over this.
What kind
Oh,
of
is this
trouble
your
did you
memoirs?
cause?
Yes, it is.
I'm
Just
going
read
to
it.
love it.
Just read it and don't be asshole.
Before we make our night of it, we had an interesting situation occur after I broke off from you. I decided
Okay.
it was in the best interest for me to assume my normal personality and to let you walk ahead since I wasn't sure if we were going to be spied on. And sure enough, my curiosity paid off. We were being followed, or you were rather, while I was following them. After they made me, they ran off, but because of my unnaturally gifted speed, I was able to keep up with them, and I saw where they went. I think that if we were going to investigate this town, that seems like a good place to start.
Well, looks like we got work to do tonight.
Who is following us? What they look like?
I'll explain. He was like a sleazy card shark
I
kind of
really
guy
want to wear that.
Okay.
with access
Really
to
wanna
a
wear that
very,
dress.
very nice house with a lot of hidden foot traffic. I agree.
When do you think they have their next party in town?
I'm sure we can get that information from Barkeep.
Well,
Yeah,
they said every week.
I wanna find out, so I can
Sure,
wear
it'll be beautiful
that
in a
really
hotel.
nice dress that I got.
All right.
It's
None
so
of us know what
fancy.
none of us know what to do with that information. It's just like,
Fanciest dress Adri's ever had.
Bye.
And I got a bad
How
feeling
can
Bubba's
you
gonna try to
not?
kill somebody.
How can you not love him? Uncle George, I mean, come on.
I know a guy
How
downstairs
can
who wants
you
to
not
sword fight.
love him?
Not that kind of sword fight, Beast.
Dude, I love George Takei
I'm up
so
for it.
fucking much. I love that guy so much. Fly report then! Oh my god, it's amazing.
His politics piss me off, but other than that,
Oh, I love the guy. He's amazing.
So, do we want to investigate that house tonight?
You guys are about. It's about noonish right now. So
Normally,
That's
the
okay
cover
with
of
me.
dark would seem a very good option. But one has to take into account that in this particular time, in this particular location, dark isn't necessarily the best cover, as it sort of increases our opposition tenfold. Maybe midday before night, we can make our way there so we're
I'm not
unobserved by at
convinced I
least
agree, but I'll go with
half
the rest
the
of the party
issues
on it.
that we run up against.
Okay.
Once we're indoors, it doesn't change anything, but on the way, when we make our approach, it's probably safer under cover of light.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that was the church. That's the
And
church
we
that
should-
the
Wasn't there like
Father
an abbey,
Dominic
or something
whatever
here
his name
that
was, the
Lucian.
Roman
St.
church.
Andrew's Church.
a safe
Donovan.
place to
Yeah, he
bring
said
Irina?
that it would be safe there. I think we can trust him.
Father Lucius.
There is the St. Andrew's Church.
There with Father Lucian.
Mm-hmm. Servant of the Morning Lord. Mm-hmm. Donovic told you about.
I think that we shouldn't jump to that conclusion. They don't stay in regular contact.
We should check that place out first,
Agreed. But
and not tell them about Irina.
I think it would be
and
best.
just
To,
be
I,
like,
I think
hey,
it'd be best to go back. to
checking
the
out your
festival
church.
if we're going
Agreed.
to
How's it
church.
going?
it is a church of Palor, which is why I originally took on the disguise of the confessional. Now I know you are so fond of him, so I'm going to change.
As long as you have purpose other than just annoying party, I have no issue with disguise.
I don't do anything without a purpose, Ragnar. You've known that.
Sometimes I question.
I know you do. And I'm gonna look over at the goat and be like, Sometimes I question too.
The
I
goat
was
looks
just
at you
thinking
odd
the
like,
same.
the fuck?
You bringing me into this, bro?
Fight your own battles with Ragnick. I got enough.
I am. I'll tell you. I mean, honestly, I think this would be a good place to split the party.
Well, it actually does. Yeah, it actually does make sense.
I think that having, having the confessional go to the church by himself to get a lay of the land would be a good idea.
You see this guy trying to avoid the confessional at all costs?
Yes.
All right.
Maybe take Chunicote.
Well, why don't
Maybe take Chunicote, leave Irina here in the
I
room.
can stay here.
I'm
going
gonna
to
go find a blacksmith.
Peruse the book. While you guys
Well,
are
if
out.
it
That
turns
way-
out
that way
that
she's
my
covered.
read on Lucian
And I can
comes up
kind of maybe keep
clean,
the ear open.
maybe I should take Irina with
You
me.
know, if anything's going on here.
I'd rather her. If he comes up clean, then we can take her there later.
Yeah.
Get some insight.
But we're
on
leaving.
Rod,
We're leaving here alone.
and we get
here.
some. We find out if Lucian's on the down low, and then after that,
Okay.
I figure we can kind of meet back up, share info, and then go cruise that house a little bit.
Okay. So what are you two doing?
I'm taking Adri with me just because I need a face.
Okay. I mean, you might have higher charisma than me.
I probably
Oh,
do, but that's beside the point. We're in a place where my charisma isn't going to do me any good.
War goat of
Okay.
Cord.
Sure.
I'm taking the dwarven mithril,
All right.
4 pair of the iron boots,
Oh my god!
or 2 pair of the iron boots, and the goat.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to have to cross a river. He just sinks.
I will carry the goat across the river. Do not, or I'll throw it or something.
All
That,
right.
that goat will get across the fucking river.
The idea of this
Okay,
goat being
Go
like
for it.
weighed down with metal at the bottom of a lake, just
Yeah, you
waiting
go
for you to
down
save it,
at
is just like, oh
level
shit. That is so funny to me.
Well, you remember what happened with Adri? Imagine what's going to happen when I have an ironclad goat.
He's gonna throw the goat at things. Laced in silver.
Nice.
You should call her Silver Bell.
Oh.
Oh, Scary Bell.
Scary Bill.
All right, we're gonna start with Jake as he goes over the book.
Alright.
You see the book is bound in thick leather and covered with steel
Alrighty.
hinges and fastenings. The pages are made of
One
parchment
dice
and very brittle. Most of the book is written in a curious shorthand
19.
that's hard to decipher. Stains and age have made most of the work illegible, except for
Cool.
several paragraphs that remain intact and readable. Go ahead and give me an intelligence. All right. You're able to decipher the first paragraph. It reads, I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just.
Okay. Sorry.
I
so
thundered
that's-
across the land like the
that's
wrath of a
it.
just
So
God.
originally, Strahd
But the
was not
war-
a bad guy. is
But
what
the
I'm
war
gathering
years and the killing
But
years
the,
wore down my soul as the wind wears down stone into the land. So,
you're breaking up a little bit there on me.
you find out that the tome is actually Strahd's personal
Yeah,
journal
I think it was just I
that
mean,
someone has
I
lifted
could
from his
probably
castle.
from if these are the same as like
And it
previous
tells
edition
his story
paragraphs
through
and
his eyes.
background, player knowledge. I
But
think
yeah,
I remember most.
in the
of the
beginning he was
previous,
once human.
but
He
character
was
knowledge
once
Yeah.
a warrior
that too,
prince.
so. So
Sorry.
first paragraph
Is that better?
basically.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was the call on that. So, okay, I am the ancient, I am the land warrior.
All right.
War sucks.
And we'll break down the
Paraphrase a
journal.
little bit there. Okay.
You're breaking up real bad, David.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is that better?
It's not the audio; it's the call.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Everything is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything's good on my
pretty
end.
much.
Yes.
The years of the blood and the killing
Good?
wore him
Yes.
down.
No.
So yeah, he was once a warrior prince.
All right.
So.
Yay, technology!
And you all just froze.
Uh-oh.
No, we're good.
Great.
Yeah, I think it might be your internet dropping a little bit
Yeah.
because we're all getting.
Oh yeah.
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 There you are. Okay, y'all are unfrozen on my screen now.
Okay.
That was scary for a minute.
Wait.
Yeah, I was afraid my
Wait.
computer was about to crash. I was like, no, don't do this. Don't do this.
Like we say "yay technology" sarcastically, but I mean, otherwise we'd have to play this via letter. It would take us 9 years to get out of that tower earlier.
Do you imagine doing the confessional by letter? Do you think Bubba could survive that?
He has to wait 2 weeks for me to be like, "Oh my god, what a wonderful day!" He would fucking kill himself. He wouldn't make it 24 hours.
So, all right, we're gonna jump over to the elf and the orc finding the blacksmith.
Okay. Adri is slightly distracted because this is probably the largest city she's ever been in.
All right, the city's about a mile wide and it's about a mile long and half a mile wide.
Uh-oh.
You're going robot, David.
Yeah, you're breaking up again.
Sorry.
Why not drop the call and then call us? We'll call you back.
David, yeah, drop and jump back on.
Welcome back.
All right, sounds good.
Bubba, are you gonna recall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I can't. One of y'all do it.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, he's back.
Yes.
Yeah, I dialed myself back in.
That's awesome.
Is that cleaner?
Yes.
Yeah, much
Yeah.
better.
All right, I'm gonna kill my camera just to help stop in case that might have been hurting it.
Okay.
So, okay, so Adri's distracted. It's the largest city she's been in. The city's about a mile or half a mile wide, a mile long in its length. So, how would you guys start your quest for a blacksmith?
I guess we could ask someone in the bar.
Yeah, ask the barkeep before we leave to
All
point
right.
us towards a blacksmith that is friendly.
All right. Danica's like, normally I wouldn't go use the mayor's blacksmith, but there is a pair of known brothers on the southern part of town that do really good work. We normally hire them on the
There's
side
a
to do all
collar.
our metal work.
Can you do me a favor and write note to these gnomes, stating that we are okay?
Of course. Friends. All right. She writes you a note and hands it to you.
Okay.
They're a little squirrely, but they're good.
Squirrely meat ducky.
So,
All right. Well, thank you.
And
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 then-
how far to the
No, it's-
south must we go? Give me better directions than just south.
quarter mile. Quarter mile down the down the main drag.
Okay.
She points. You can't miss them. They're the sound of ringing metal. They're surrounded by a bunch of houses. Most of the neighbors hate them.
Okay.
Sounds
Well,
like my apartment.
thank you. We'll be back later.
All right. She smiles.
And then as we leave, Adria's gonna see if the half elves are still there because she's still completely like fascinated and excited that there are even like half elves around.
They're both in there.
Okay.
The one is now playing his lute in the corner, and the other one is telling stories to Erwin about his great circus that he takes around.
So Adri's like walking beside Ragnik, but like she's like not even watching like where she's going, and she's like slowing and just like slowly walking and like watching them.
All right.
I'm out the door and heading down the road.
Oh.
Okay.
when she notices Ragnik's still going, she'll like grab her backpack and like run after him.
So, all right. You guys reached the two gnome brothers in no time flat. You hear them quarter mile away just dinging around the metal. As you walk into their small shop, one looks up at you. Ooh, customers! Customers! Ah! Holy shit, it's an elf.
Hey!
They both look up. What is that?
What is what? And I turn and look behind me again.
This is Ragnik.
What's that thing holding the goat? What's a Ragnik?
I am a Ragnik.
He's my friend. He's nice.
We've never armored anything that big.
You are not to.
What do you use them for?
You are not to armor me. I sit the goat on his counter, and then I sit the armor on the counter. I want this on this.
They kind of look at you odd. Would you be surprised to tell you this isn't our strangest request ever? We've had worse.
What is strangest request?
How much gold you got?
No. I asked question.
We had an armored lycanthrope once.
Armor a lycanthrope. Like a werewolf?
Yeah, weird one. No, this one had feathers.
Huh.
That would make it so difficult to fly.
These ones didn't fly.
Oh.
Guys, I
Why
just
did it have
facepalmed.
feathers?
That's where the gold comes in. You can't betray them.
How much you charge me? I am supplying all material.
They poke it. You already have the metal, so we don't have to charge you for the metal. Just the handiwork.
And judging from size of mithril armor, and judging from size of goat, you will have mithril left over, yes?
Yes.
So I'm thinking that we're going to call this a wash.
And you don't care what happens to the experimental?
No, you can keep it.
They kind of look at each other. They start. You see them pull out a small little bead thing, and they start counting it across, playing with it. They look back up. You don't mention the mithril in town. We keep it quiet, yes?
Yes.
Adri kind of sighs really deeply and sadly.
Why?
Because it's mithril.
Oh.
They're like,
Wow.
done. You have Nick and Nack's word. We'll get it done.
Okay, one more request. See symbol here? I point
They
at
look at it
my
like-
chest.
Why would you do that to yourself?
The symbol of cord. Do you know cord?
You think we get beat with when the
No.
Burger Master has his way?
No. Edric, can you draw a symbol of cord more
I got Jake to face
more
palm.
appropriate than me?
Yeah. She'll take out some parchment and a pen, and she'll draw the symbol for cord.
I want this on each side of goat.
We don't carve into goats, man. We work on armor.
You know what that means.
No,
You see the halfling brother snickering, or the gnome brother snickering.
Yeah, it's hard for Nick and Knack to not
Yeah,
be
we
halfling.
jesting you. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm so used to them being halflings. So Nick and Knack are like, you see them jesting with you, snickering in the back.
Do I look like Matthew
All right,
Jones?
we'll put it on the armor. We need to measure the goat, though.
Very well.
They pull out their stuff and they start taking measurements of the goat. Look at the armor. You know how long it's been since we've seen a dwarf? The other one smacks the other one. You just had a dwarf come through town. Yeah, but before him. They begin to start this like twin slap fight in front of you guys and completely forget you're there.
Hey, on task.
They stop and look up. All right, and they go back to measuring the goat. They push the goat back to you. Give us a couple days. We gotta get some stuff to heat up the mithril.
Very well. And make sure iron boot fit hooves.
Think of the iron boots. Where the hell did you get those?
From people much like you, only shitty.
Yeah, we know who they belong to. They look at you. They look at her. Which one summons the evil ones?
We do not summon them.
Huh?
We destroy them.
Is she the witch?
what?
No.
Oh. Normally a witch makes the evil gnomes. They come out, they kick you in kneecaps to draw blood for their hat.
I'm not a witch.
Well, we sure know so he ain't casting the spell.
I'm a cleric.
Burn.
They're like, in Veliki, same thing.
What? No, I help people. I heal people.
That's what the witch said too. And then you end up in her oven.
Ew, no.
Oh,
I like how she just reacted. Ew, no. What? Nuh-uh.
Rachel, you're making this way too much fun.
So
This is way too much
Sorry.
reality for her.
when they say that, I kind of put my hand on my great sword, and I
They stop and get quiet.
cast
Oh,
sacred
my
weapon, and it kind of starts glowing.
Oh shit.
Are you sure that you do not believe that I would be able to cast spell?
They're kind of like quiet looking at you. We've never seen a sword that big. And it's shiny.
Danica and Erwin.
So,
I was going back to his Chippendale days.
Right?
I will give you 2 days. I will be back in 2 days for goat armor.
You see Four Thumbs come up.
Make sure that your handiwork is as exquisite as... Shit, what are their names?
Nick and Knack.
No, the barkeeps.
Oh. That is Erwin and Danica.
Make sure that your handiwork is as good as Danica and Erwin say it is.
Erwin and Danica.
That's what I said.
So. Alright. No, sorry, I lost half you guys
No,
for a
I
minute.
said, make sure that your handiwork...
So they're
make
like,
sure your
oh!
handiwork is as good as Danica and Erwin say it is.
They both kind of shrug like, oh, you're friends.
Mhm.
Nah.
Nice.
Alright, we're not going to cheap on the mithril. We'll make it right.
Thank you.
They smile. They pick up the armor, and they like, holy shit, that's heavy. Alright, we'll get it out. We'll get in the back. No worries.
All right.
Thanks.
They're gonna get 14 men. to come
And now
follow us
pondering over to the professional, approaching St. Andrew's Church.
I'm gonna do the
Unless
Wonder
you're stopping
Woman.
somewhere along the way.
I'm gonna do the Wonder Woman spin and change outfits. Wonder
All
Woman.
right.
That was a joke.
As
I'm
you
not-
approach, the slouching centuries-old church has a bulging steeple in the back and the walls lined with cracked and stained glass windows depicting different saints. A fence wrought of iron encloses a garden of grindstones next to the church. You see a thin mist creep upon the graves.
Does it seem different?
You see a young man in the
No, keep going.
go for it. You see a young man with a shovel. He seems to be taking care of the grounds around. It's a lot more well upkept than the Barovian church that you guys stopped at in the Barovia. It seems this one's a lot more taken care of.
Right.
So,
On the other church, we had seen claw marks and burn marks and stuff like that on the walls. This one doesn't have those.
no, this one actually the walls are taken care of. You actually see fresh lacquer on the walls on the outside. It looks like someone's tried to repair the fence a number of times.
But it looks like the fence was broken
So.
at some point and repaired.
Just from age. Just from age. You can
Oh.
see some of the wood's been termited.
Okay. And
So-
the one with the shovel that's working, does that look to be Lucian?
No, this is a younger man. He's human, brown pants, beige shirt, soaked with sweat.
Okay.
His hands callous from the years he's used the shovel.
How big is the church? Does it look like it would have multiple priests?
No, it's about the same size as the one in Barovia.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to wave at the guy with the shovel as I walk by. Hi.
He looks odd. Hi, Father.
It's a
He
very
questions.
hot day to be working so physically out in the yard. You must be very devout.
He looks at you. Father Lucian says it builds character.
Ah, it does. Trust me, I've built numerous characters.
Sorry.
He looks at you. May I ask your name? Father? Questions
Oh,
again.
They just call me Father. I'm from a very small parish.
He nods. Well, you're a servant of the Morning Lord, are you not?
Oh, I am.
Well, at least go say you can't stop by without saying hi to Father Lucian. He'll be
I'm
happy
actually
to know
on
that
my
there's
way.
another member of the faith.
I was on my way to see him, but I saw you out here doing the Lord's work, and I thought I'd stop by and say, good job, and keep it up.
Thank
And
you,
then,
Father.
I'm going to...
May I ask you for a blessing?
Adam- Oh, of course you can. What's troubling you, my son? Like, inside my head right now, I'm going, oh my god! What did that guy do? Remember what that guy's hand gestures look like?
he's like, if I tell you, you keep it between us.
Of course. I'm sworn to secrecy.
I may have taken something.
You've taken something.
Stolen, perhaps. It's been kind of eating me.
Well, you should get it off your chest so that you can reach full penance. In my head, I'm just like, that's how it sounds, right? I don't go to church enough.
He smiles. Thank you, Father. I'll think on this.
Well, what was it that you stole? It's best to unburden yourself.
I don't. He kind of struggles with saying it, and he's like, Father, I'll pray on it, and I'll talk to you soon.
I'm gonna get a sense motive.
Sure.
I know he's hiding something, but I want to see if it seems what's the word I'm looking for? Like malicious or innocent?
Oh.
Like he had sex with a girl before they were married, or if it seems like he stole a fucking like religious artifact.
Oh, Jesus.
14.
To him, he feels kind of stupid about it, kind of like real, just kind of like guilty, like he betrayed somebody's trust.
But it doesn't seem to me to be too serious.
He doesn't. You don't see any maliciousness in him about it.
Okay.
He's like, the problem is I've already sold it. I had to give food to feed my family, my
Well,
brothers and sisters.
we all have to make decisions sometimes, and I think that as long as it was done from a place of good,
Oh my God.
then the Lord won't be too negative about it. He'll understand, I think. 'Cause you feel guilty about it, and that's enough.
He looks at you and you can almost see a tear come from his eye as he reaches around and hugs you with his sweaty, dirty arms. And thanks.
I'm going to take a deep breath, focus all of my mind on getting through this, and then hug him back and be like, all right, I must see Lucian.
He's like, of course, Father's inside. Thank you again. Thank you, Father.
Of course, anytime. Tell your friends.
Tell your
And then I'm going to make my way into the church.
All right. As you enter the church, you see a crying woman in the back pews. You see a young altar boy running around. And you see Father Lucian near the steeple. Just seems like he's putting a coat of seal upon the wood.
How do I
keeping it clean?
How do I do this? Okay, I'm going to be loud when I walk in. Like, not like kick the door open loud, but like loud footprints, kind of foot stomps or whatever, and kind of jingling out my holy symbol. And then once I feel like the people's attention in the room is they're observing me, I'm going to go to the crying woman.
All right.
But I'm not going to move until they see me approaching her. Does that make sense?
Yeah. As you walk in, you make your little scene. Father Lucian kind of looks up, and so does the altar boy. A few of the other church members. And you approach the crying woman, and she's sitting there, and she looks up at you. I don't recognize you, Father. I don't recognize you, Father.
I'm from a small parish.
My son's the shoemaker in town. He's been captured.
No.
He's been imprisoned.
No.
The burgomaster took him and imprisoned him for speaking out against him.
For words?
He's my only son.
Oh my God.
I pray that his soul is still intact.
I'm gonna lean in and like embrace her. Right, with my face on the side that Lucian can see, and kind of like look like I'm pained with her.
Go ahead and give me a deception.
Yeah, if he's showing emotion, that's automatically a check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you guys act like that's where I need to roll. 17, eat it.
All right. You see kind of this kind of almost a proud smile on Father Lucian as he sees you embrace his flock.
What a fucking idiot.
He raises his hand and does a motion of blessing towards you and her, and then he goes back to working on the wood.
Oh my.
I'm gonna continue talking to the woman. This time I'm gonna try to speak
Oh
up.
no.
I'll do whatever I can to see if maybe I can find a way to put your mind at rest. Maybe we can help your son out just by talking to some people. I'll do what I can.
She's like, but who would go against the burgomaster?
No one. Sometimes people just need to see things from the right angle to change their mind. Maybe they acted too harshly or too rashly, and I think that there's a little light in everybody. And if you can just break through that shell, the light will shine through.
I need another check.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is so bullshit. I rolled a 1.
Oh. She kind of looks up at you. She's like, I appreciate your words. The Burgermaster, he scared all of us.
Well, it's my job to try. Try to put your mind at rest.
If only we had more priests like you.
I know, right? I guess I just care too much. I'm going to like touch her
Is
forehead.
that Bubba puking? I'm kidding.
I'm gonna do some weird priest shit. I'm gonna like touch her forehead and then like touch her cheek and then move my hand around a little bit and then touch her shoulder and then stand up and kind of nod.
Her eyes are like, what the hell? For the minute.
Wow.
Like I said, very small parish.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go.
Father Lucian begins walking over to you. And he's like, welcome to my church, my son. St. Anders.
You are Father Lucian.
Or St. Andrew. And you are Father...
I find it best not to have a name. We are all one who serve the great Father. I am a humble vessel for his will.
Uh-oh. This is gonna get interesting.
Give me a will save.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is like the most difficult rolls I've ever had to make.
Well, he's casting Zone of Truth right now.
Please let me find them.
It's plus my wisdom score, and do I add anything else to it?
Are you proficient in will saves? Or wisdom saves?
No.
At will?
No.
So just your will. Just your wisdom.
Fuck. 11.
It was 13.
It was 13?
He looks at you. Yeah, the check was 13.
Oh, do we add... Oh, wait. Do we? Oh, wait. Oh, no, I thought you were telling me my score was 13. I was like, I think it is.
No, that's the DC.
No. You had to beat a
okay.
13. That was the DC.
Okay, I was looking for those 2 points. I was like, man, it's here somewhere. I'm looking.
No, he smiles at you. Let's go talk near the pulpit.
All right. I kind of figured.
And he's like, a warning. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand why, but it is a dangerous profession that you've chosen to wear.
I am a professional.
Though I do appreciate your kind words with old lady Lavinia.
Am I still
She
in the zone
desperately
of...
seeks an answer for her son.
Am I still in a zone of truth?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, kind of drop all pretense and be like, look, I'm not religious. I don't care anything about this. I'm just here because I need to do a job. My job is to make sure the evil is drawn out of this land. I don't get paid until they're gone. So, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm here to get some information. We were sent from Father Donovic. And I'm kind of like looking at myself say these words, and I'm just really like upset that this happened. I hate being caught in a lie.
He's like, Donovic's a good soul. A bit chicken shit, but he's a good soul.
Wow, priest, you're in this motherfucking zone of truth too, huh?
He's like, you don't survive with the forces at play here if you don't face the reality of the world. Donovic didn't face the reality, and it cost him his son years ago.
We're still working on that. We think we can save his son.
What do you mean save his son? Didn't Strahd kill him?
No.
The boy was stupid enough to attack the castle.
Look, these details are here nor there.
All
What
right.
I think that we should focus on is I need some information. I need you to tell me everything
He
you know.
waves his. Go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
He waves his hand and drops the spell. He's like, "You're really too grumpy right now."
Well, you already caught me, so it's gonna be like this pretty much forever. So while we're talking in private,
He's
Yeah, you have.
yeah.
You have
He waves his hand. He's like, "If you're against the forces of evil, you're welcome here.
Good.
But I need your help. You have friends?"
I can handle it. What do you need? And I'm gonna.
We have a problem. There are
Hold on.
what keeps my church safe.
Okay.
Go for it.
When I say I can handle it, I'm gonna throw my coat back dramatically and talk to my sword and be like, "Hey," I'm gonna pull up the sheath a little bit so that it glows. If the sword wants to fucking glow this time.
He's like, "You know what? This is the most honest you've ever been. I'll back your play."
Not by choice, by the way. So it'll glow.
No, the sword actually, yeah, it actually for once has heard you honestly speak, and is actually happy with you for once, and the whole time you've been connected.
Wow. Thanks, sword.
Aw.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back in its sheath.
Yeah,
I can't be carrying around this
So,
freaking
it
glowing murder weapon.
He looks
So-
at it. He's like, "There's the original saint that found this church, Saint Andrel. His bones were buried here,
Oh,
and they have consecrated the church and kept it protected. It's the only thing that protects us from the devils in town and the demons outside."
You're not looking to come off a few of those bones, are you? A couple ribs, neck meat, something like that.
The bones are missing.
Oh,
Someone has stolen the bones.
well.
And I don't know who, but they are missing.
I think I might know.
We need to get them back as soon as possible.
Wait here. I'm gonna walk outside to the shovel guy.
All right?
Hey, can I get your help? Me and Father Lucian are really having a hard time in here. We could really use a hand of a strong
He's
man.
like, "Yeah,
like
sure,
you."
of course."
And then I'm gonna walk him into Father Lucian.
That's fucked up.
Fuck him.
All right.
I'm gonna close
So
the
you
door.
walk him inside.
I'm gonna close the door behind us. We went to go talk off in
He's writing
back,
up,
right?
writing up an invoice already.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna close the door
Village
behind
of.
us. Huh?
All right. No, when Lucian sees you walk in with Milajov, he's like, "Milajov." He looks at you. "Are you kidding me? Him?"
That's him. And I'm gonna stand in between the door and him. Tell him what you told me. I'm gonna totally drop.
Milajov's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Father, I needed the money." And he's like, "What did you do?" He's like, "I sold the bones." To who?
Oh dear
To the
Lord.
coffin maker.
Wow.
And you almost see the father's heart sink.
Oh my Lord.
That bastard, he wants the town to die. He makes money when the town dies.
Oh my Lord.
Well, I make money when the town doesn't.
He looks over at you. "I need those bones back at any cost."
All right. Yeah. I'm actually just going to, because they're a church and they don't have a lot of money, I'm assuming. So asking them for cash here seems like it would skew a useful relationship. So I'm going to scribble on a like a piece of paper that I would normally use for an invoice, and I'm going to be like, "We're going to ask you for a big favor later. We'll help, but
He smiles.
you need to sign that.
I understand.
You're a man of your word, correct?"
If it keeps my church alive, I'll do it.
All right, sign here.
And he signs the deal with the professional.
Woohoo! The priest signed a deal with the devil.
Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Freelance Heroism. We hope you're having just as much fun listening as we are playing. Visit us at facebook.com/freelanceheroism and leave us a like. Want to see our adventures in comic form? Our own Mr. Professional illustrates our misadventures and more at 1d4rounds.com.
Our theme music is I'm What You'd Be Without Her by Dr. Turtle, used under the Creative Commons license. You can find a link in the show notes. Our cast includes Dees Cassius as Kavir the Professional, Rachel Moore as Adri the Wood Elf, Bubba Downs as Ragnik the Bold, Jake Sipple as Chunakote the Wayward Shaman, and of course, last but not least, our DM, David Walker.
Questions or comments? Send an email to mail@freelanceheroism.com. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. In the meantime, the invoice is in the mail.
Looking to record your very own high-quality podcast? Check out Podcast Center LA. Mention this show and get $10 off your first recording.